What's up, everybody? I am BK, bkbangers.com. Welcome to another video. Today's video is all about Reason version 10 Lite. Akai collabed with Reason, and they put out a Lite version for free if you are an owner of any of the MPK or LPD controllers, as well as if you have a Renaissance or a Live, because I had both registration numbers for all my items that I own. So I want to touch on how to set it up into Reason and a little troubleshooting that you might run into when you go ahead and download your Reason. Alright, so let me wait for it to come back, the carousel that they got going here, so I can go right to it. Come on. Okay, alright, so when you go on Akai Pro, you click on this Reason. It'll take you to your login. It's running really slow because I got the screen capture going. It didn't even do it. Alright, so once you log in and you get your information and you redeem, you click on the redeem, it'll take you to this screen right here, and you click get started. It'll ask you for your login information. Oh, come on. So after you log in, it'll bring you to this screen right here. And I was running into an issue where I was using I copied this right here, the registration code, and then it says the product model. So my product model was the MPK Mini 2. And then it asks for the license number and registration code. So the trouble that I was running into was that I copied it directly from my profile from Akai, and all it had was registration code. So I just typed both of them right into right here. And when you hit register, it says invalid. So what you have to do is, right here is a semicolon, right? So you have to separate the semicolon, and then you press register, right? So right now it's saying invalid, and it's invalid because mine is already registered, and I scrambled the numbers for you dudes out there that be on the torrent sites. So I'm just showing you guys that you got to separate it from the semicolon and put them in separate areas. Now, once you do that, it'll download. It probably take a couple minutes. You know, mine took like 13 minutes to download. Once it downloads, you then open up Reason, and once Reason is it'll scan for all your plugins that you have installed on your hard drive. Now that took a long time. It crashed because some of them plugins is old. I don't have the information because I moved around my laptop. my hard drive. I cleaned off some of the programs off of my laptop, so I didn't have that information. So depending on how many plugins you have, it'll take quite some time. Now, once you get into, after it scans everything, you get into Reason, you're then able to just do what you do. Now, Reason is a great program. I actually started off with Reason back in like 2001. Whatever number that was, I don't remember. I was going to the Institute of Audio Research in New York City, and during my course there, we were using Reason for production and Pro Tools for audio engineering. So I was back and forth between two back then. I never really liked Reason for the fact of you always had to do the wiring business. I wasn't really with it back then. I was really into rapping, audio engineering and production was like plan B in case plan A to become a rapper didn't quite work out the way, you know, we think is going to work out. That's what that was my my thoughts on it back then. But as I digress, now the platform is a lot cleaner. We can use third-party plugins, which is wonderful. So before I get into how to set up the MPC, I want to touch on this issue that I have to figure out ASAP if I'm going to be using this platform, because this alone will make me not even mess with it. All right. So it's saying right here, you can see it says computer too slow to play song. Please optimize the song. See documentation. Right away, that's too much. I'm not with it. And I only have the MPC loaded. I don't have any other VST loaded. And I don't run into that issue in Studio One. I don't run into that issue in Ableton. And I don't run into that issue with the MPC software standalone. So I need to figure out this issue. I was doing some research in the wee hours of the morning, and it seemed like it's a common issue, and there are some workarounds. I'm gonna get to that workaround, but not in this video. I want to just show you guys how to set up your MPC inside of here. All right, so right now I'm gonna bypass this. I'm gonna ignore it. So there was an old way where you used to, if you're a Mac user, you would set up the IAC bus to play the MPC standalone, and like it'll communicate with Reason with having both platforms open at the same time. So now that Reason allows third-party VSTs, you no longer really have to do that. So what you want to do is you'd open up your MPC, and once you open your MPC, if you want the controller, like if you have the MPC X or the MPC Renaissance, you're able to use more transport buttons like the fast forward and the rewind. But the MPC Live don't come with the fast forward and rewind button. So the only buttons that we can communicate with it is the stop, the record, and play button. So what you want to do is, once you drag in, go to create, go to instruments, you go to Akai Professional, you go to MPC, you click it, it'll open it up and it'll be right here and it'll be ready to go, right? So what you want to do, you want to go, once you have it open, you want to go to the channel mixer. You want to change the channel mixer from, it'll be on out 1 and 2. You want to change it to 3 and 4 or any other one outside of 1 and 2, because for whatever reason, when you want to record the tracks, it doesn't recognize 1 and 2, like it won't record it. So once you change that to 3 and 4, output 3 and 4, or 5 and 6, 7, 8, any one of those, you then go back to here, you press tab, now it'll look like this when you first open it, right? You want to click CV program. You want to click on 3 and 4 and drag down to input, right? And that'll make it play and you'll have the sounds, right? So right now it's playing. It's playing now because I have the waves inside of Reason. But if I play from the MPC, you hear nothing, right? So I'm tapping on the MPC. You hear the taps, but you hear no music, right? So you drag down and so that's how you get your sounds to come into Reason. And as you can see, there's no 1 and 2. It just has 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 15, 16. So you can only have up to 15 and 16 anyway. So all them other ones after 17, 18, all the way up to 32, 31, 32, you can't use it anyway. In the light version, I don't know about the full version of Reason 10, you might be able to, but for the light version, you cannot. So that's simple enough. Once you have that going, it sets up the see, it sets this up right here, and you have this CV input section, but I don't want that there, so I'm gonna close it out. And when I tab back, it's like this. So then it gives you this MPC 1 master section. Now you want to create new tracks individually to play and record your sounds from the MPC into wave. I haven't figured out how to do it to make the MIDI notes translate, but I don't need MIDI notes. I want waves. So for me, I'm good with this. Some of you might want the MIDI notes. The only workaround that I know right now is to have another separate controller, such as an MPK Mini, and you could use the MPK Mini or any MPK LPD or Yamaha or any other controller if you want to record the actual MIDI notes. All right, so once you have this set up, you then want to click record source. You want to highlight that and you want to make sure record source is lit in blue. You then press Command T if you're on a Mac, or go to create audio track. You then press audio track, and this is the other issue that I'm having that I'm not too happy about. and I can't be too mad because it is the light version. But if this DSP issue continues, I won't be purchasing a full version of Reason because I don't need that headache. So unless they fix that DSP issue or there's a solid workaround, I will be remaining a light Reason user. All right, so you can only use up to 8 audio or instrument tracks. And to get unlimited number of tracks, please upgrade to the full version of Reason. Then it tells you to buy it or press OK. All right, so that's the issue that I'm having currently with this track that I'm working on for educational purposes. So you create the new track. You then want to arm the track down here. You want to arm it, then where it says in, you go to in, you go to stereo, or you go to mono, and you check it. Once you check it, it closes out. You press it again, and then you press MPC 1, and then you're now able to record directly from the track. So once you do that, you're then able to just record directly into here. And as you can see here, I have 8 tracks, well, 7 tracks already recorded. So I'm not going to be recording anything. I'm just showing you guys the steps and the functions. You can also right here, you can do the same thing up here where it says audio input. You could do the same thing. You just got to make them bigger, pause, and you're able to do the same thing where it says audio input. So I'll close that. Now, I'm not sure why this volume is all the way off. So hat 1 for some reason is not playing. I did skip a step. I'm gonna jump on that right now. So if you want to set up the MPC Live or MPC X or MPC Renaissance or MPC Studio or any other controller, you want to command comma, or you can go to Reason Lite right here and press preferences, and it opens up this setting right here. You want to press on control surfaces. Right now you see I have the Akai MPK Mini. It automatically detects certain key controllers, MIDI controllers. So you could press auto detect surfaces, and then it finds any controllers that's connected to your computer. In order to set up the MPC Live, I had to press add. When you press add, you go to others and you click on MIDI control surfaces, right? So I'm gonna cancel that out. Well, before I do that, you press MIDI control surfaces, then you'd go to MPC Live Public or MPC Ren Public, or any surface that you have connected. That's what you choose. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that out. Now once that's set up, it'll look like this, something similar like that. You then so you want the stop. Say you want to make this, you want the MPC to be able to stop. You would then press, you would right click or control click the stop in the transport area, this little pop-up opens up, and then it would say, like right now it says clear remote override. It wouldn't be there for you. It'll be there it's there for me because I already have it set up. So the only thing you would see is edit remote override or edit keyboard control mapping. You would press edit remote override. You would press on your MPC the stop button, and then you would click OK, and then you would be able to press stop. And you repeat the same with the play button. You repeat the same with the record. You repeat the same. Now see, the fast forward and rewind, this is how it would look for you when you do it for the first time, because I don't have these set up, because I don't have my Renaissance hooked up, so I didn't set it up yet. So you would edit remote override. You would choose the fast forward on your MPC X in this case, or MPC Renaissance in this case, and you're then able to set it up. So once you have that set up, that's it. The other thing you want to do is you would then want to go to File. You would want to save as. You name it whatever you want to name it, and you save it to wherever you want to save it, but you have to then drag it back, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So you would want to name it. I name mine's MPC Live template .rsn demo. So it has to have the .rsn .relt. It has to have that on it, because that's the only way it'll open up and save as a template. All right, so once you do that, you then save it. You would save it. You would then close out of Reason. You would open up a new Reason, and when you open it, it'll be fresh. Nothing will be here. You would say new. You would open up the new from template, and your .rsn demo would be there. All right. You would then open it from MPC Live template, and you're good to go. From there, the settings will always remain. All right. Every time you open up Reason, you just, if you're working with the MPC, of course, you would open that, and you create. So that's pretty much it. You're able now to create. That's what I was doing. I was running into technical difficulties as I was creating, because for whatever reason, that DSP issue kept on. Like, if you can see here, let me see if I can make this bigger right here. Pause. Like, this DSP, I have nothing going on right now, and as you can see, it's jumping. Like, it's moving, and there's nothing going on right now. I'm talking to you. There's nothing playing, nothing. Right? So that's an issue that I guess everyone who owns Reason is having that issue on Mac. Even on PC platforms, they're having this DSP issue. Some people are saying that it's a bug in the I guess it started in the Reason 9 platform. I don't know. I'm not a Reason user, but I do know that if this situation continue to exist, I won't be purchasing the full version of Reason because I don't need that headache. I want to just work and, do my thing. Now, the only what will make me want to update or upgrade is that having a limitation of just 8 tracks doesn't work for me. So, I mean, when you're sampling, you really don't need that much, but I still want to be able to do what I do, baby. So, Reason, you guys need to figure that situation out. All right, so I'm gonna play for you what I created. Again, it's not the best. I mean, I don't gotta say that because y'all see my work. Y'all know what I do. This is just a test run. And it's smooth, but it's it ain't all together there. So I played that from the live. I played that directly from the live, and I recorded track by track into Reason. So, I mean, I like it. The workflow is smooth. Like, you know what I mean? I'm able to just press record and record it. That's what the MPC is missing for the most part. Like, if this was the standalone version of the MPC, there are limitations as far as linear. Like, we need linear. Everyone says it in the forums. Like, if Akai will open up the platform to be linear, and then you're able to just record as you go and not be locked to 2 bars, then I gotta duplicate, then that's a little much. We working in linear mode. So now I'm able to just boom. I got these 4 bars going. I could select all. I could then I could duplicate it. You know what I mean? I could cut it up, do what I want to do with it, and make a song in that instance, like that. You know what I mean? So I think the workflow for Reason is very fast. It's very intuitive. The Lite version is a little bit, limited as far as the functionalities. I haven't gotten into all of these plugins that it comes with, the instruments. I was never a fan of Red Rum. Like, I know that for some reason, Reason drums always knock, like it be having a snap on it. But I was never a fan of Red Rum. Like, the whole setup of it it was whack. But I'm a mess with it. So look out for videos coming from me in the future with more Reason videos. I'm gonna test the platform out before I upgrade. I'm gonna try to figure out the whole DSP situation. Someone was saying that reduce cable clutter, show for selected devices only. They said if you put hide auto routed cables, if you put it on hide all cables, it stops it slows down the DSP. They also said CPU usage limit, if you move it up to 95%. Okay. Well, no, it's still jumping. So if you move it to 95%, you're good. They actually said if you move it to none, it's best, but it causes the Reason to crash. I'm not dealing with no crashes, so I'll leave it at 95%, and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna test this this platform out. I'm gonna give it a good go at it. Hopefully there's a workaround with this DSP issue, but outside of that, man, this I like how this look is very clean. It's a little confusing at first, but I pretty much got it now. This is the rack section. You could close the rack section and just have the sequencer open. You could close the sequencer and just have the mixer open with the racks. Or if you don't want the rack, you could close the rack. You just want the mixer. Now, the mixer is supposed to be something like the SL board, if you're familiar with that. So the mixer is cool. You can close out the browser if you want the browser, and you got the whole screen. So now you're just mixing. All right, you finish with the mixer. You close the mixer. Now you just want the racks. You got the racks going, right? You don't want the racks. You just want the sequencer. You got the sequencer, and you have the entire, you have the entire screen, right? You can zoom it in all the way. So now, when you're working, you got all this space right now to just work and create. I think this is cool. It reminds me of Pro Tools a little bit. It reminds me of Studio One, which is the best platform out there, DAW, for music producers and artists. Very much so for music producers because of the drag and drop situation with your VST instruments and VST plugin effects. So you're able to drag and drop. So I like that about Reason right away. The browser is very intuitive. One thing that I'm not feeling though is that it doesn't recognize USB drives. Now I don't know if in the full version if you're able to see your USB drives, right? So whenever I had to go to my USB drive in order to open up this saved project file to showcase to you guys, because in their browser there's no G drive. Like, I'm not able to see the G drive at all. Reason devices. So see, like, it don't give me the option to see the hard drive, the internal hard drive, but my external hard drives, I have 3 other hard drives connected right now, and it doesn't see any of them. So again, I'm not sure if that's just in the light version of Reason or if that's just the platform in itself. So that is my time. I just wanted to share with you guys Propellerhead's Reason. It's in full effect. And the light version is for free. So if you have the MPK or if you have any of Akai's controllers, you could go ahead and go to akaipro.com and you can log in, and you could get yourself Reason Lite and test it out for yourself. All right, so that is my time. Do remember that music is life. It is our DNA, y'all. Keep banging. Peace, love, light. Till next time. Look out for Sample School Sundays. We'll be back in full effect this weekend. All right? Peace.